Hey travel buddies, this video is about shit. Seriously, I'm eating right now. I know, but you were looking for this information, right? You want to get some information about food poisoning. I will summarize how you can prevent to get sick. So this will be a video about and if you got any experience with food poisoning already, please post a comment and share what happened. No worries, you don't need to share it. Why is it even important to know a little bit about food poisoning? Whenever we go on a trip, there's this one night when Verena wakes up in the middle of the night and she will find me on the toilet vomiting, and we try to take care not to get sick. So on every trip I have this one day. A friend of mine told me the story of a friend who got so sick, seriously, it got serious here. He couldn't stop, so he had to sleep in the shower, only shower. Okay, but before you run away, I give you those 6 tips how to prevent food poisoning while you're traveling. Tip number 1, wash your hands before you start eating your meal. Seriously, I hope you always wash your hands before you eat. I know, if you're on a mountain or in the middle of the jungle, somewhere where you cannot wash your hands, you can use disinfectant. Disinfectant. This is still my favorite English word. Thermometer. I learned this word for this video. Second tip, if you're in a restaurant and you order a drink, try to avoid ice cubes. We're talking about third world countries right now, right? Avoid ice cubes because it could happen that they use tap water or some contaminated water. What I read and heard several times is if they sell drinks having ice cubes with a hole in the middle, those ice cubes were actually produced in a factory where they use filtered water. Keep an eye on that, and then you can also order a cold drink. Third advice, if you order a drink, take care that the bottles are still closed. Especially if you buy water bottles somewhere. It could happen, and it happened to us, that they refill bottles, used bottles, and sell it to you. In that case, you don't know which water they sell you. Tip number 4, eat at places where you see a lot of locusts or a lot of people eating, because this means that the restaurants is quite busy and they have to get fresh food all the time to prepare more meals. If you go to restaurants where not many people are eating, it could happen that they prepare your meal with some old food. Also take care that the meal you get is hot and steaming, so you know that all the bacteria and everything is killed. Advice number 5, avoid meat or dairy. I know this is an advice many people don't like to hear, and many people say, if I want to try the local food and a local dish, most of the times they prepare nice meat and I want to try the meat and it's part of the experience. Fair enough, that's okay. We don't eat meat, and recently we became vegan, which means now there are no dairy products we can eat anymore. And actually what I can tell you, the last time I got sick, we are pretty sure this happened because of a yogurt. So dairy products, meat can get bad really fast and easy. If you look at countries like Southeast Asia and Madagascar, we saw a lot of meat hanging around in the sun, in the sun. Covered by bugs and stuff like this, so of course you get sick easily or easier than if you avoid meat and dairy. This is up to you, your choice. I would probably reduce it a little bit at least. Don't go for meat all the time. If you go to a restaurant or if you eat some street food, have a look if the meat is stored properly, if it's cooled somewhere in a fridge or whatever. And then if you order something and you get a bad feeling and you think like the consistency looks bad or strange compared to what you know, then don't eat it. Easy tip so far, right? Tip number 6, vegetables, salads, fruits, all this stuff need to be prepared properly if you don't want to get sick. If you want to be on the safe side, only eat vegetables and fruits with peels. I know this is maybe a little bit exaggerating, but for example, what I try to avoid is fresh salad, for example. But try to be a little bit more careful over here, and if you follow those tips, at least you won't get sick that fast. But you can always get sick somehow. How do you know that you got food poisoning? Cramps, diarrhea, you start puking, you're not hungry anymore, you can get fever. Seriously, all the time when I got food poisoning, I also got high temperature. You feel weak and you get headaches. Let's say you're on your trip and you get sick, what should you do? And I'm not a doctor, I'm talking about my own experience and how other people helped me while I was sick. Stay hydrated, drink water. There's a medication which stops you from vomiting or your diarrhea, but seriously, most of the times I didn't take it because if you're sick, you want to get it out, right? So if you feel like puking, go for it. Drink electrolytes. Buy some before you go on a trip. Take them with you. This is really necessary. As you lose a lot of water and all the food you try to eat while you're sick, it will get out again really fast. So you need some electrolytes, which gives you some energy, some power, which power ups your body. And still, you need to eat some food. Try to eat food which is easy to digest. For example, crackers, rice, bananas. If you feel like there is no other option, seriously, get the doctor. In Mexico, we had to call the doctor because I was feeling so sick. And seriously, he gave me one injection and after like 1 or 2 hours, I was healed. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any advice, please post a comment. Please give me a thumb up if this information helped you somehow. And I have to leave right now as I'm going to pick up a very good friend and I show you what we're doing right now. So we are Tough Mudder finishers. This was a great event. I hope you liked this little impression. It took us about 3 hours to run 19 kilometers. I know this has nothing to do with food poisoning, nothing at all, but I love mud races. I wanted to share this experience, and you know, for all of us who love to travel but who also need to work, right now we're working quite a lot, so less traveling, and I think obstacle runs, mud races, these are really nice events to escape everyday life. But of course there will be more travel tips on my channel for sure. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching and see you again.